Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today's reading will be a message meant to find you today, a message from the universe. So if you want to take a moment to choose option A, B or C, the card you're most drawn to, you can pause the video if you need a few extra moments. This reading will be intuitive, it will be general, so please feel free to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I was hoping for a bit of variety among the cards today, but we've pulled all water, so I guess this is a message meant to touch you emotionally, personally, maybe even spiritually. So we'll begin with option A in a moment. Hello everyone and welcome to your reading. If you chose option A, then this will be your card. This is the Nine of Water. This is a card about enlightenment, about self-acceptance, about opening your heart, opening your mind to new things. It can also indicate that maybe some of you have been living in a period of shielding yourself from something, the effort of ignorance is bliss type of energy. This is a card about shining the light on the source of your pain, your emotions, how you're feeling, how you see yourself, how you want to be represented in the world. It's about deep inner healing, looking into the self. It's about opening yourself up, even if you're afraid, even if you're having anxiety at the moment. It's about being receptive to others. And it's about being open with yourself, and sometimes past experiences need to finally be put to rest. The universe wants to remind you that if you open your heart, find the source of your pain and really allow yourself to feel it, to experience it and to begin to move on. This is also about accepting yourself. You have an earth and a reversed air. I want to talk about this one first because this is lifting the mask. This is unveiling your true self. This is not hiding who you truly are out in public, in private. It's saying what you think, it's saying what you believe in, and it's speaking your truth. It's about presenting how you want. It's about being called what you want, achieving what you want, really being your true self, however that resonates. You also have this card. This is a card about loyalty. I feel for some of you, you could be very loyal to a person, or it could be a job. This is like a lawyer card, someone who works for someone else and works by the book, but only does what's true, what's right and what's fair. You feel like a very loyal person. You feel like someone that could be easily hurt. I feel like you're someone that doesn't want to hurt other people. You like to do things. You're loyal to people. You're loyal to the people you work for, that you live with, that you're friends with. You're someone who's also very objective. You do things, you do the right thing, you try to do the right thing. You're also someone who's capable of understanding when something's wrong. You do have the Ten of Fire in reverse, which is a need to find mastery over yourself and your skills. For some of you it might be finding the path that you're truly supposed to be on. For example, you might want to... you might be working one job, but your heart lies in another and you think, I can't do it. The only reason why you can't do it is because you think you can't. Other people do that job because they asked for it, because they went for it, even if they weren't qualified. There's a part of you there that might even need to go back into education, to gain some skill in an area. It's also here, it could relate to your sense of self, to unveiling, to building up who you are, really having a foundation of who you are there. There's a Queen of Air in reverse, so for some of you, I feel for some of you, you might be, not all of you obviously, because this is general, some of you might even be a little bit neurodivergent, and you may be very objective, you may take a very strong step back, you may be very wise and look at things differently. This is a card of don't allow that to isolate you, don't allow your intellect or your detachment to isolate you from others or from joy. Sometimes too much air energy can cause detachment, and then people feel like they don't care, but then over time they realise that they're becoming lonely, or they're finding it hard to express their feelings properly. I feel like a lot of you, there's an aspect of you being stunted for a while. That's why you chose this card, because it's about opening your heart, it's your emotions, accepting them and feeling them. Some of you, I feel like you've bottled things up and kept quiet when you shouldn't have. Yeah, we have another air card here. We have the Seven of Air. I think it's gone off the bottom. Just move these aside. This is a card of being mindful of the information you have, of the groups that you follow, the beliefs that you have. Don't follow anything in blind faith. Be careful of cult mentalities or misinformation being your guiding force. It's also being careful of the people that you could be around. Some of them could have literally almost embody this mentality of they want you to have their beliefs, so they try to kind of inject them into you and make you believe that they're your own. Don't allow strange visions, strange ideas, people who don't have good intentions to fill you with information. However that resonates, it could just literally for some of you mean gossips or people lying, saying, oh no, the date for that submission's passed, when it hasn't, because they're trying to sabotage you. There's an aspect of sabotage, and being careful that the information that you have and the way you're viewing things, including the world and yourself, make sure it's all done clearly, and to be kind as well. You have desire there. We also have a choice card in reverse. That's a reminder that our choices may have consequences, and no matter what we do, we can't allow the negative consequences to shut us off, to close us down, to make us feel like we're not truly ourselves or we can't express ourselves. Desire in reverse can sometimes mean that you're not following your path. If you look, there's the burning, the ace of fire there, there's the blooming lotus. This is about a birth, this is about creativity, inspiration, being raw and open and truly expressing your desires and being true to yourself in the world. Achieving what you want, following your goals, finding what it is that you truly want. Desire is not something you need, but it can be something that motivates you, that truly drives you in life and gives you almost like a spiritual sense. Sometimes the choices we make prevent us from achieving that, and the universe wants you to know that. But also to know that you can make new decisions. When one door closes, another one opens. It's about not shutting yourself off and not falling to concept of ego. You have the mother, which is great nurturing. This means that you have a lot of fertile ground at the moment in your life. There's going to be a lot of space for you to plant seeds and grow in opportunities. You have death and rebirth. Well, upright it's death, and now, well, you could look at it either way. I'm looking for you that it's an end to one thing and the rebirth of another. The death here might be prominent at the moment. This is why you're beginning to open your heart. The darkness in these cards, the darkness in these reverse cards here all relates. This is the darkness that you might be feeling now. You might have just felt it. It might be coming soon. But then you have this golden bright rebirth. You have this learning to conquer the ego, almost like a spiritual awakening. You know that the skills you need to master, and they can come in the future. Just because it's reversed now doesn't mean it stays that way. You have the mother, which is about loving yourself, loving others, being accepting, nurturing all of your things, really trying to make things grow, and understand that the ground you're on now is fertile. You can grow. You can plant your seeds wherever you want, and you are able to progress. You just need to find that emotional source of you, really find that emotional healing, and try to heal it. You're going to come into this enlightenment, you're going to open up, and you might even feel like you're having a spiritual experience. You're going to suddenly see the world in another way type of energy. You're going to start presenting your true face. You're going to start looking for crafts and mastery over yourself. You will retain your loyalty and all your positive things, but I think you're going to start really focusing more on your emotions and letting your feelings guide you more than detachment. So if you enjoyed the reading, please like, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Hello option B, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the water card, the Counsellor, this can indicate that there's going to be an opportunity of learning in your life, that there's going to be some people. I feel like there's going to be an event coming up, firstly. But I feel like there's going to be some people that are going to offer you extremely good advice. For some of you, it might resonate as you had the good advice, but we need to start aspecting. We have perception. There's definitely a part of clarity in this reading, because perception here, it's going to mean that maybe your perception of something's going to change, and you're going to think, how did I believe this before, or how have I lived this way for so long, or these people have given me misinformation, or I feel like I've been jaded. Some of you, it will resonate that way, that there's going to be some people in your life that are going to be able to open you up to new possibilities, open you up to a new way of thinking, of seeing, of experiencing things. You have the child, which is being a blank slate. It's your inner healing. It's going back and healing your inner child, but it's also allowing yourself in the moment to be playful and enjoy things, being light-hearted. For some of you, it might resonate as a new opportunity coming in like a creative one. You might even say a new hobby. You might say you're starting along some path for personal growth, for example, a creative project or something along those lines, trying something new, having a bit of fun, maybe even taking some time off. I do feel that there's part of you that needs clarity, because this Ace of Vessels here can mean a lack, like I said, a lack of creativity, a lack of a passion, a lack of emotional fulfillment, a lack of, in a way, motivation in that sense. The ace is often very related to creativity. I feel like the universe wants you to get out there and play more with the child in order to find that. But I feel like your perception needs to change. I feel like you do have a counsellor there, good people thoughts. That's again about learning. That's about really putting time into not only thinking but understanding and learning. Thought is about our processes, about how we view things, about how we understand things and how we begin to process them. It's kind of about learning again. I think there's something you need to take a little bit of time out on. You have the King of Earth in reverse. The King of Earth in reverse suggests to me there's something you aren't doing enough in. So for example, if there is a creative project or something you want to do but you're telling yourself you can't, or people have made you perhaps believe that you can't, the King of Earth means kind of get off your bum and start doing something. It means don't allow other people to go ahead and take the responsibilities for you. Don't allow yourself to say, oh, I'm this, I've done this, but you know you don't really put in the effort to achieve it. It's like, for example, people who say, oh, I play the keyboard, but they only really play it once or twice a year and they can only do like one song. It's that type of energy. You also have a card of kindness there. I feel like you need to reach out and be kind and realise that sometimes when bad things go wrong, it's not the end. And there can be positive aspects to that. There's always something to learn. Even when something goes wrong, we learn something from it, because that's what life's journey is. Life's journey is learning. You also have a card here, like this relates to your reception. This is the Seven of Fire. This is about divination. This is about you and your awareness. This is not allowing other people to jade your awareness of something, to change your views, or allowing others' views to dominate you. It's like don't just go along with the crowd, just to not be put on your own type of energy. It's a don't allow people to just say things and you go with them. Or for example, sometimes it's a someone goes against a mainstream view or a popular view and people automatically believe them just because it's different. I'm not saying that it's not true or anything, I'm just saying people automatically believing something because this person has an authority, or they're wealthy, or they're popular, or because it sounds good, or it's because it's what everyone else believes. It doesn't mean it's true. And even if it can be true for some, it doesn't mean it's true for you. It's about not letting other people's opinions and that rule you. Don't allow other people's opinions and thought to become yours. Seek wise counsel, seek unbiased counsel, and seek it from emotionally mature people as well, people who have experience. You have there a lack of reaping reward. Like I said, there's part of you creatively, or perhaps even at work, that isn't expressing yourself, that isn't seeking the rewards and gaining the emotional fulfillment you'd need. Be kind to yourself and start playing around and being creative and try to find more inspirational energies. You have the Two of Water in reverse as well. There's a kind of a lack of intimacy there. It's almost like it's with yourself as well. You have this energy here of kind of a lack of compassion, and I feel like it's often a lack of compassion with yourself. I feel like you're someone who's very unfair on yourself, and you allow other people to have a little bit too much control. You have Heaven and Earth there, so that reminds us that our higher self and our self here are connected. The divine is here on Earth as well as the next places. And this is bringing it into alignment. This isn't earth energy. This is bringing it all into focus, bringing everything into harmony, and it's having a good connection with nature and the universe. I feel that there's going to be a chance for you to really develop that. It's almost like a time-out situation where you step away, take some time to play, recalibrate yourself, build that connection again, so you can find that. Some of you, the lack of intimacy, it could also be almost like a lack of sensuality as well, like a lack of a drive. It could be, for some of you, you would love a relationship. Some of this could literally resonate as you wanting a relationship and not finding one, not being able to do it. It means that maybe you need to make some alterations in the way you view things and maybe the way you express yourself in order to do it. Maybe you're saying, I can't get it because I'm ugly, but that's not true. Maybe you're saying, I can't find a relationship because I'm boring, or I'm too nice, or I'm too weird, or I don't have a job, or that type of energy, and that's not true. You have emotions in reverse. I feel like the universe is asking you to really kind of check them, because there is a lot of emotion here. You have a lot of water cards, and there's kind of a lot of almost self-doubt and allowing other people to do things. There's so much sitting back and not taking the action towards gain. You have the masculine and feminine imbalance. That means a literal imbalance between your masculine and feminine side. So for example, you could be someone who, and this is any gender, everyone has a balance of masculine and female side. And feminine, sorry. So we have, you could be, for example, being overly assertive all the time, embodying too much, typically masculine considered energies, or you could be overly receptive or overly considered feminine energies, very nurturing, very kind, very gentle, very enduring and reliable. You could be embodying too much of that, and people could be taking advantage of it, or it's not allowing you to progress. You have faith in reverse, which can mean literally a lack of faith and belief in yourself. The Queen of Water. I feel like you're also someone, the universe says, that you could be prone towards jealousy of other people who have these things, who achieve these things. Like, why are they like this and I'm not? Even if I'm like them, they still don't like me, or I still don't have the things. I feel like you've almost had a jaded view for a long time. The Queen of Water is also a Cancer card. There's nurturing and protection. I feel like there's a part of you that needs to really look after yourself emotionally, and really take the time to be careful of yourself. Look, body and mind. That's an air card, but sometimes I call it the Virgo moon card. It can feel like almost like our mind and body are out of sync, so it could make you feel like you're very sick, or have an upset stomach, or you're feeling tired all the time, or constantly stressed and confused. It could be like your mind is manifesting in your body type of energy. But this is a positive sign. This can mean harmony. Again, I feel like you're going to find harmony and peace soon. I feel good counsel, a change in your perspective, really taking on, time to think things through. And maybe reach out with kindness. This is going to help you grow. It will help you move past these feelings of almost loneliness and negativity, a lack of faith, kind of a lack of, even a lack of self-discipline you have here. It's almost like you've tried to be too many things too many times, and you've kind of lost sight of yourself. It's causing you conflict in your life, and now's the time to lay down the weapons. You're struggling with your abundance again, a struggle with manifestation. Your path to abundance is your happiness, and it is your creative projects, the things that you love that give you fulfillment. I do feel here we need to assess what we're going for and why we want it. Don't just go for something because it's what other people think is good for you, because they tell you it's the job you need, or the amount of money you have, or the lifestyle that you should have. You need to really make that for yourself. I do feel like it's time now to start forming some of your own opinions and really pushing people away, and not being quite as nice as you are in a way. I feel like you're someone who's very nice, and people tend to take advantage of that. They tend to push things onto you, and you tend to, in a way, up until this point, maybe take them a little bit. So if you enjoyed the reading, please like, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Hello everyone, and welcome to your reading. So if you chose the Five of Water, then this is a card for you. This is a card about self-doubt. It's about feeling isolated, betrayal. It feels like you've lost something. It can feel like you're pulling away and hiding something, kind of hiding under the bed covers type of energy, doubting yourself, being afraid of things, feeling like you've really lost something. And some of you, it could resonate as a relationship, but I'm going to aspect it and see. It could be anything in your life. Conflict. You have the Five of... Okay. So we have Earth, Water and Fire. Now, this card is a card of conflict. It's about confrontation. It's about battles, often related to other people in life. It can mean there's someone being obstructive, that it could even be an argument weighing on you. I definitely feel like this relates to your betrayal, obviously, because it could feel that someone very close to you has done this. You're almost blaming yourself. It's kind of feeling isolated. Some of you, it will resonate at work. You feel like you're isolated, or you're putting on the fiery, brave face in public, or in front of your family, or even online. And when you're alone, you're feeling this watery, this sensitive, this quiet and reflective, lamenting type of energy. You have the Two of Earth, which is sowing seeds to get rewards. It's setting goals and keeping on track for them. So I do feel there's going to be opportunities coming in for you. If you've been sowing seeds, if you've been making plans or starting to think, I'm going to do this, and maybe starting to invest, maybe you've been thinking about starting a business, and you've decided to set up your shop name, and you've started ordering stuff, that type of energy. But that card there reminds us to be careful, because there's not always abundance coming in for us, and it won't be quick if it is. This is about provision. This is not seeking a great reward immediately for you. This is about something that's going to provide for you, that's going to make you very reliable, that's going to give you what you need and what your family needs type of energy. I feel a lot of you related to work. You're in a stable job, and if you're not, you will be soon. You're going to start seeing a stable reward, a slow piece of growth. You're going to be seeing generosity and things like that as well. I do feel sometimes when we pull this card, though, it means we need to make some tweaks. We need to maybe say, this job doesn't have enough of a career path for me to follow, or I'm not getting paid enough in this role, but this same role pays more elsewhere, that type of energy. It can also mean you need to start manifesting into things that that fulfill you, that will lead to a greater reward and satisfaction. It's putting too much hard work into something that doesn't need it. If you look at it when it's upside down, it's almost like he's standing on his hands pushing the floor. It's that kind of energy. You're pushing against something that isn't going to give back. It isn't going to give anything back to you. It's like a block. You have that there. Okay. I do feel like there's a part of you that needs to connect with your higher self. You need an expansion, almost like an awakening. This is the Nine of Air. This is about your intellectual growth, your manifestations, your mind. What your mind can do is about hopes and birth and growth. The lotus is upside down. The lotus blooms again every morning. A lack of opportunity. It's a lack of being able to see things. Look, you are connected to the universe. You have an entire universe in your own mind. But for you, it feels like it's blocked. It feels almost like your creative energy, your spark, that thing that would set you apart and allow you to really progress in whatever it is you want, is kind of, it's manifested in the wrong areas. I think maybe some of you might be intellectualising it a little bit too much. You're also plagued a little bit by doubt. There's knowledge in reverse there. Now that's a card of actual knowing. It's about study. It's about apprenticeship. It's about gaining through experience. It's about looking to all different areas and finding that knowledge. Knowledge is understanding things. It's knowing and understanding. So I feel for some of you, if you wanted to move on and get a greater reward from work, if you need to get that promotion, you might need to go back into education. You might need to gain new skills. You might need to try something else. You might need to look into new areas. There's something I feel like the universe wants you to know. There's an idea, there's a spark, there's an energy, there's an opportunity here. There's something there for you, and I feel like you could be someone creative. And I do feel like this fire energy is you, but I do feel for some of you that conflict, you shouldn't allow it to spill into other areas of your life. You have healing there. I do feel like this conflict you're having, the universe is saying it will end soon. You'll be able to heal healthily and move on. This is about your inner healing. It's taking time out. It's being wise as well. It's being mature. And it's really getting back to your roots. Some of you, it's recommended to get back into nature and really spend some time outdoors, spend some time on your own, have some fun. Step away from it. And it can also be step away from technology a little bit. For example, if you work online or you spend a lot of time online, or you're finding your conflicts are online, now's the time to not allow this. Again, with that Ace of Fire, it's a creative spark, it's a new opportunity, it's an investment, it's something fun. You have the Four there. I love that card, because that's a card, if you see how scarred his face is, no matter how scarred he is, he still loves himself, he still enjoys himself, he still respects himself, he sees himself as worthy. It's about accepting yourself. It's about really reflecting on yourself and your views. It's about ensuring that the way you see yourself is in a kind light. Don't be too harsh on yourself. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's also about shedding the idea of being perfect, shedding the idea of how you should look, how you need to be to have a certain thing. You might think, oh, I'm not attractive enough to have this job, I'm not pretty enough to be on YouTube, I'm not... I have this thing that I'm concerned about, or maybe I feel like this part of me isn't right, or I'm not good enough yet. It's like related to your self-doubt, your isolation, your betrayal. I do feel like your scars make you more beautiful, they make you more interesting in life. As they say, the wrinkles give character. It's that type of energy that you don't need to worry about how other people see you. You don't need to worry about other people and their conflict, because there's always ways to progress. I feel like you're someone who can hold yourself back, but this is, yeah, you hold yourself back from your growth and your potential, like your fear and your doubt. It's like you're trying to avoid, it's almost like you're trying to avoid knowing something that you need to know. You don't listen to your intuition. I think part of your intuition could be this Three of Air as well. It's about learning, it's about intellect. It's about delving deep and finding out the secrets of things. This is blocked in you, and I feel if you unleash these secrets, really found out these deep things, you went into study, you looked at something new, you looked at new perspectives, I do think this would be able to change your mind, and through that you'll be able to change your reality, because you have a big creative project coming up. And if you want that creative project to end up being the thing that brings you abundance, then there needs to be some sort of training. You have the Three of Water, which is living in the moment and enjoying the accomplishments that you have. So I do feel that you will begin to enjoy yourself more. You will start coming out of this fearful phase. And if you're about to enter it, I feel like you'll be leaving it relatively soon as well, because we have this card here. This does feel like you're going to start getting over some of these things. Some of you, it might even resonate. Someone's been bullying you about the way you look and putting you down, or saying your work isn't good enough, or calling you stupid. And I don't think that's true at all. I think you don't listen to your intuition enough. I think also you might allow self-doubt, or you might allow other people's ideas to prevent you from growth. The Maiden is a spiritual journey. It's exploring who you are and yourself and your beliefs and your fun. It's going out. It's almost like a newly single type of card. It's a young girl going out into the world for the first time. It's coming of age as well. It's a spiritual journey rather than just a typical learning curve. You have the Three of Fire in reverse, which means you need to start making sacrifices and getting on a path and setting goals and finding something that motivates you. You might have to make some harder sacrifices, for example, cutting some people off, doing things differently, taking new opportunities that make you a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe you even have to face this confrontation, because I'm not seeing that it's a lying down type of energy. The universe isn't saying that this is something that's going to just fizzle out soon. It feels like you're going to have to continue to put up this fight. It does feel like you're going to be victorious in the end. It feels like you are going to overcome it, but it feels like you're going to continuously have people that challenge you, and that this challenge is something you're going to have to learn to deal with, because at the end of the day you have the better rewards here. There's going to be an opportunity, a golden opportunity for you to start something. So whatever that is, whatever your dream is, it's recommended that you do it now, and you need to move past self-doubt, live in the moment, really respect yourself for who you are, and don't allow society's ideals of you to tell you you're not good enough in any way, because you are. So if you enjoyed the reading, please like, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one.